Hey everybody, Zach Wilson, Hood County Chess Club here. I am in Vienna, Austria. Let me turn the camera around. We're in dock here on the Amma Waterways Amma Magna river cruise ship on the Danube River, and you can just see some of the incredible architecture right here immediately at the river's edge. And spent some time today in Stephansplatz, where the St. Stephen's Cathedral is. But today we're talking chess here in Vienna, Austria. So it makes sense, e4, e5, instead of the natural knight f3. Instead, we're going to play what? The Vienna game in Vienna. That just makes sense. Knight to c3. And the reason knight to c3 instead of the normal knight to f3 is that we're hoping at some point to play pawn to f4. So if we had moved knight to f3, we'd be blocking this pawn in, and we won't always make this advance, but it is very common, especially if they respond with the natural move knight f6. Once they move knight f6, we have the Vienna Gambit, which immediately plays pawn to f4. And the reason for that is that they really can't take it. See, the problem is, if they take and we push e5, attacking this knight, which may be hard to see with the shadows, okay? What you'll notice is our knight is covering 2 of the squares. Our queen is covering 2 of the squares. The knight only has one move, which is to retreat. Now, we do have to worry about the queen coming out to h4, so now we play our knight to f3, covering that square, and play continues from here. But the point is that whatever black does, take a look. Yes, they have one of our pawns, but their center pawn has been pulled out to the side, which is very weak, and everything else is still on the back row. So we're going to get a very quick lead in development. So they don't want to take that pawn, and they could decline the gambit simply with d6. Play will continue for us, maybe something like bishop c4, and again, you can tell we're going to have a lead in development there. And then the best move for them to play against the gambit is the move at d5, and from here, play just continues. Pardon me, this knight should not be there. So let's take those moves back for just a quick moment. e4, e5, knight c3, the Vienna game, knight f6, allowing f4 for the Vienna Gambit. They play d5, and play can continue from here, where we each take a central pawn, and there's a lot of follow-up moves here. Now, I don't want to make a half-hour-long video on the Vienna game. I have a link I posted on our Facebook page from Gotham Chess. He does a fantastic job teaching the Vienna game, but I just thought it would be kind of fun to look at the Vienna here while I'm in Vienna, Austria. So maybe another common move might be knight c6. I like to bring the bishop out to c4, attacking f7. Again, they might continue something like a symmetrical variation, to which queen g4 is very deadly, attacking this weak g7 pawn, and this can be a very strong game for us. They could have played the other knight, to which we would play d3, and this is sort of the Vienna setup, where we have all the pawns on the light squares with our minor pieces out on the c file, still refraining from playing knight to f3 because we want to play, for instance, if they play bishop to c5, it's actually very good for us here to play this f-pawn push. This is actually reminiscent of a King's Gambit declined variation that is very good for white. This is called the Vienna hybrid because it is sort of a mix between a Vienna and a King's Gambit. But you can see this leads to very different games in a standard Italian style play. And I love playing the Vienna. This is really a fantastic opening. And I just thought you might like to check it out while we're sitting here in Vienna, Austria. I'll see y'all when I get back from this amazing trip, and please remember that Chess Club is at the Granbury YMCA every Thursday night from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. See you there, and maybe you'll play the Vienna game.